I'm sitting here today with Matt and Alea from Tales of Perdition from London, England, part of the London Metal Coalition, where I have many great friends, thankfully. So, tell us a little bit about yourselves, Matt and Alea, and how you guys came together to form Tales of Perdition.
I guess
Go,
I should
Matt.
go first. Yeah, I was going to say I probably should go first on this. I am the founder of the band, I guess you could say. Which the original kind of the first inklings of the band actually came about in 2015 while I was on an island off the coast of Panama.
Oh,
I was working on a TV show with The Island with Bear Grylls at the time, and part of while we were out there, we were all staying in the same sort of hotel complex, all the crew, and there was a guitar kicking around, and I was the only one who could really play, and so we were doing that, and I remember someone there being like, "Oh, why are you in a band? You should be in a band," and I sort of thought, "Yeah, why am I not in a band?" So I sat, when I sat there on, got onto the internet, found a few websites where you could meet other musicians, and then when I got back to the UK, I met up with one of them who then became the first singer. And yeah, the Tales of Edition sort of formed. And then 2017 was when Hugo, our drummer, and Jamie, our bassist, joined. And that's kind of when things really started to kick on in terms of we started to play shows and record some bits and pieces. And that kind of flowed through, and then we changed singers at one point. And then COVID hit just as we were kind of getting some real momentum in, which meant that everything had to stop and all our momentum fell away. And
yeah.
then our singer had to leave. And then I guess Alia can introduce, when you joined.
Oh, that's me already. So I joined Taste of Perdition about was it 2023, I think. So I was with another band at that time, and we met just at gigs, really. And then after a while, they joined the London Metal Coalition, as they were also looking for a singer, and they invited me for an audition, and that eventually went well. Yeah, I the thing is that when they asked me to audition for them, I kind of already knew the songs that were played because I saw them playing live, and the music was so catchy. I generally just was really enjoying it. And like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Yeah, I think since I joined, maybe Matt, you can either confirm or not, but I think the shape of the sound, so like at least um, vocal wise, changed it quite a bit because the singer before me was operatic.
Oh,
And despite I studied a bit of opera singing, I'm not an opera singer. So I kind of, yeah, just shaped the songs how in the way they could fit my voice as well. And we got this new sound, which is not like a classic symphonic metal sound, but it's a bit of mix of things together, which I like. So yeah,
yeah.
that's my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that obviously we've had several singers and every vocal is different, and so you always have to adapt. The thing when Alia joined, which is something we'll probably get onto, is you kind of asked her and said like, hey, we've already got a bunch of songs that we need you to learn because we're planning to put an album out. So we kind of had to figure out as we went, kind of what worked and what didn't, and where I felt comfortable and where we needed to find something else for certain parts, and we're always still doing that anyway. But the fact that well, Alia came in and it was very much like just we need to go. And to be fair, you learned it pretty quickly, and yeah, I know it's taken us a couple of years in terms of recording and learning everything, but yeah, picked them up pretty quick. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, fun fact is that when I joined Tales of Perdition, it's so Blockstock Festival is a huge metal festival in the UK, and
Oh, yeah.
uh, in many cities around the UK, there is a Metal to the Masses. So there is this competition where bands compete to go play there to the second stage. And um, it's funny because when I joined Tales of Edition, they were looking for a singer both for recording the album, but also because they enrolled this competition and they were looking for a singer to fill in. And with my previous bands before Tales of Perdition, I joined in the same way. They
Oh yeah.
enroll the competition, then they need a singer. Like, okay. It looks like Metal to the Market just, unifies musicians all around the UK and then, yeah, makes bands happening. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like the Metal to the Masses does kind of bring everyone together a little bit more. And then when you bring in the LMC, then it gets a little bit tighter even then. And like I know that like when I first came over with Saint October when we toured with Secrium, I mean every single band that we met with in London, all of you guys just took us in immediately like family. And we immediately saw how close knit that community was, and we were just happy to be like like included to like on the side of it, with the London bands. And you guys all sound absolutely incredible, and just the friendship and camaraderie I see between all of you guys at Coalition Fest and everywhere else is nuts. I don't see it here.
Oh,
It's why I
yeah.
love the LMC so much, and I do so much to what I can to promote bands over here. I mean,
There should be
I've
a USA Metal Coalition.
yeah.
I think the
Supposedly
thing
there's
here is. Oh, sorry.
uh,
You go.
supposedly there's someone trying to start something in Chicago, like a scene uniting thing, but
Nice.
I don't see it happening.
The
It
thing
takes
is
time.
for I think music like there was a time where every band sort of didn't bands weren't talking to each other because everyone saw each other as kind of competitors.
Yeah.
And obviously I Ali's been part of it longer than I have, but it's the reason that we wanted to get involved was because the LMC was very much no, we should be working together, particularly because you can't make any money in music unless you're extremely lucky.
Yeah.
So why are we all competing for? What are we all competing for? Why don't we work together, share skills, share musicians, share our like-mindedness of loving metal, and making good friends, and not just musicians as well, because we try and do things where we get like I run these sort of tri-weekly hangs at a local brewery in Camden, where we get anyone can join, including non-musicians and people who just like metal and want to make new friends. And Alea actually also you run the Valkyries if you want to talk about
Yeah.
Oh, so you're in
It's a
charge of the London Metal Valkyries. Oh, I
yeah.
was wondering who was.
That's me.
I didn't know if it was you
Me
or
with other
Charlotte
people, not
or
alone. It's fantastic because so I co-founded the London Metal Valkyries a couple of years ago, and we started arranging events like meetups and gigs. So we are running the third edition of the Rise of the Valkyries Festival, and the first time we did it, I was wondering like obviously when you arrange a gig you never know exactly how it will go. I could hear and feel there was a lot of excitement, but because of this shadow of the metal scene is a male predominated world,
yeah.
it felt like okay, you never know like how this can be interpreted. So I don't know, but eventually went super well, and I realized how actually there are a lots of women and lots of non-binary people and lots of minorities who are in the metal scene. They just don't feel confident enough to attend gigs,
Hmm.
and I felt that these type of events were so needed. And yeah, so was extremely happy and is still growing pretty fast. So we are happy. If you're coming to London again, maybe we have this
There's
festival in
rumors
July.
about something maybe potentially happening. I can't say
Oh,
anything, but
oh, I want to know. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. So yeah, we run. This is the third year of the Rise of the Valkyries. Last year, we also ran like a winter festival, the Freeze of the Valkyries. Hopefully, to do it again this year again as well. So yeah, it's going well, and we started to get some contacts outside of London. So hopefully, in the future, yeah,
Chicago,
why not?
Illinois. I got
I was
I
that.
got
thinking
your
something
hookup.
slightly closer, but like, why not? I'm ambitious. Uh, So yeah, the idea is obviously to get bigger and bigger. So I believe this is a topic that involves like a lot of people,
Oh yeah.
despite like where they are from. So yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, so let's talk about the music of of Tales of Perdition that you guys, create or and arrange and orchestrate. And now, like, I quick Googled Tales of Perdition just to see what it would say on its AI thing, and what did it say? Uh, it just kind of gave a quick rundown of like your
It just
releases and
it just said
whatnot.
no.
Yeah, pretty much. Avoid this band.
What's this?
No.
But like like talked about like how they mentioned in one interview you did Pull Down the Hunters about the game Bloodborne, and then um songs about like Dante's journey and items and things like that. So do you tend to stick more towards the fantastical stuff like that as far as subject matter is concerned?
Um, I'd say it's a real sort of mix. I think like I've always been a huge fan of storytelling and narrative, and trying to sort of using music and lyrics to tell stories. It's very it's essentially why music exists in many ways because of a need to communicate with each other. I think so the things we've released certainly so far have all been fairly like narrative driven. But there are also personal, we do write about sort of more personal things as well. And we've had songs in the past written by old singers, written by Andy. So most of the writing is done by either myself or Andy, the guitarist in
Okay.
Tails. And certainly it is a kind of a mix of both. I think it's important for there's a song on our upcoming album which was really personal. It's the most personal thing I've ever written, and I'm really proud of it. And there's always a need for my own mental health to do that. But at the same time, that's not always what inspires me. And sometimes I just get a fun idea and I think, okay, this is a really cool idea for a song, and then I'll just start off with it. Really.
Nice. So now, does everyone contribute lyrically and musically, or do you kind of, Matt, just kind of write something and bring it to the table and say, "This is what I got. Let's go from here."
Yeah, probably mostly the latter. I'm not in charge, but I sort of call myself the creative director in terms of I have the vision for what I want it to sound like and kind of
Sure.
want it to look like. But I also really don't want to be the only one writing stuff. Obviously, when Alea joined, it was very much a case of we have a bunch of songs, so we didn't really have a chance to
Right.
work with Alea on anything. But like Jamie, our bassist, is he's sort of been getting more involved. He's very passionate about like fiction and fantasy and sci-fi and that kind of thing. And I've been determined because he's a very, very good writer. I'm determined to try and shape it into like the music side of things,
Did you say he's a
Um,
bit dumb?
no, no, I said that he's a really good writer. I just need to kind of like teach him how
Oh,
to write like lyrics, if that
oh,
makes
okay.
sense. I don't know what you heard. I really didn't. I hope I did. I don't definitely didn't say that. Did I? Oh
I
God.
swear I heard
I'm,
he's a bit dumb. I wonder if it was just maybe you were talking into let's see. Actually, I have it transcribing live here.
oh no, I didn't. That's not what I.
Uh
He's the
let's
most
see.
intelligent
Poor
member of the
Jamie.
band. That's not what
Oh
I
no.
meant.
I think what I heard was um okay, oh, he's very passionate about fiction and fantasy and sci-fi and that kind of thing. And I've been determined because he's a very, very good writer. Maybe that's where I misheard it. It's the
Right.
accent.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Anyway. Yeah. So I definitely want more
He's a
people to be
lovely
involved
guy.
in the writing. Yeah. Everyone in the band is lovely, but yeah, I think ultimately that sort of you need creative projects need someone to at least sort of steer the ship, and that tends
Sure.
to be where it lands with me.
That's why it sucks being a one-man podcast because it's
You know.
like, oh shit, what do I do now? Well, now what do I do creatively? Luckily, I brought on another person recently who's a friend photographer of mine. So,
That's good.
Nice.
but so
Yeah, when you run projects on your own, it's like, who am I brainstorming with? Like, myself, my neurons, like
Right.
in front of a mirror. Oh, nice idea. Good job. Yes, good job.
Yep. I know when I'm searching for ideas, like I'll ask the wife or I'll ask the crew in St. October. It's like I got this idea. What do you guys think? And they're always like, yeah, go for it. It sounds awesome because they're because they love me and support me, and I love and support them. So we're family, you know.
Nice.
And but yeah, I was listening to the new song Occam's Razor today, and
Yeah.
I finally watched the video today. I've heard the song. Well, I kind of watched the video. I was also cleaning my space here while it was going. Um, now, and I'm really bad at catching like meanings and lyrics and everything like that, and kind of picking out like what was trying to be said. Like, but I know like Occam's Razor is typically the most simple solution is probably the right solution. So, what's the song Occam's Razor kind of what is it about kind of, because I know there's other
Mm.
people out there like me too that cannot pick out meanings of songs.
Well, so Occam's razor is the 13th century philosophical principle that essentially was one of the first ideas of the scientific method. Now, well, like, and I'm a big passionate believer in science and the age of enlightenment and reason and logic, and certainly it feels at the moment like we've regressed from those times into a world where people's faith and belief and loyalty to nothing, and all that kind of stuff, not to mention any Trump names, but it's very much a case of I it's sort of a bit of a fight back against that. But well, for one thing, I like Oculus was I thought was a really cool title for a song anyway, and I was really interested in challenging myself to try and write a metal song about something so sort of philosophical and antiquated in many ways. And so that was the sort of main reasoning for it. And then in terms of the video, I've always liked music videos where there is a certain level of interpretation, like and like in all media actually, where you get enough to build something, you don't fully know what that is. And so I know what the story is, and the band, well, mostly do. I don't. I still don't think many of them understand exactly what it was.
Are you calling the
Ali
rest
was
of the
in it,
band
and I'm
dumb
not.
now?
I'm not. Oh no. I'm just saying that I think it might have been a bit too much of a mess for my own good. But yeah, so essentially, the actual physical idea of having a razor, which is obviously like a highlight in the video, and the idea of this sort of academic or this sort of smart woman who just can't seem to find the answer. And then the razor is the answer. Is sort of meant to be the idea.
Okay,
Eclectic.
definitely. And now that's good. That'll
Mm.
be on the new album coming up in September, correct? Am I assuming?
Yeah,
Now, what about the previous singles that you've released with The Return of the Golden Child and Hold Down the Hunter? Will those also be on the album as well?
they very much will be. Yes, probably by the time this has gone out, we'll have announced the track list. But yes, those will be on there.
Nice. Now, can
Yeah.
I ask how many tracks you're looking at having on the full release? Is it
9,
nine? Ooh, nine or no?
and it's 9, and it's a mix of stuff we've. It's kind of a mix of things that we have not released, but we've played live. I think we've done a couple of songs that we've re-recorded because obviously they're Alea now on vocals, and also it gave us a chance to kind of improve and fix things we weren't happy with the first time, and some stuff that we've never played, no one's ever heard before as well.
Nice. So are you excited about the new songs that no one's heard yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, because I know sometimes, bands run out of ideas for songs on the album. They're like, shit, we need like one more song, so let's just write a filler, and then it just
Isn't that
ends
how
up being the
Paranoid
biggest
happened?
song.
Yeah, that's how Paranoid
Probably, yeah,
happened. Yeah,
yeah,
they recorded it in a day, and it's Black Sabbath's biggest song.
yeah.
Right.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's always the
Mm,
B-sides that go big.
yeah.
Yeah.
So find a
It's a lot,
song
a
that
lot of
you
effort
absolutely
to,
hate.
yeah.
Yeah. Write a song you hate, release it, and it'll be your biggest hit.
uh, can't
You should
imagine
try.
doing that and having to play it.
Oh, that would be so. Let's see. Now, whenever I'm always following you guys on Facebook and what Facebook and everywhere else, and looking see where you're playing at and everything, and along with everyone else. And it seems like there aren't a bunch of venues that you can like necessarily you almost have to run a circuit all the time between like the Blackheart and then the Dev and Leo's and Carton Horses, and it doesn't seem like there's in Fiddler's Elbow I've seen that. Are there a lot of places like that accept metal over there? I mean, I only know a few venues, of course, but it seems like some are more, promote more metal than the others do, of course.
There are many other places as well we didn't play yet. Uh, I guess some of the venues are properly like rock metal venues. Other, I guess they just have like the metal night. So
Yeah,
they have like they run gigs regularly, but like they shape them in a way they have like in divided in topics. Um, but yeah, obviously there are some venues that feel more like okay, this is the right atmosphere
right.
for that. Yeah.
Like Carton Horses.
Um, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. Or I've seen a
Honestly,
lot of metal shows have come up at the Blackheart, which we went to when we were over there, but there was no show that night. We were just there to hang out at the bar,
oh,
but
oh,
one of our
and that's a
days
nice
off.
venue as well. Yeah, I
But
think Cart and Horses is one of those venues you really want to play.
yeah, it was so
Um,
cool being there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously both because the venue is it's sick, but also for the meaning of it, because also obviously like the birthplace of Iron Maiden, which have a huge influence on Matt on Tales of Perdition. I mean, um, on myself as well, obviously. It's just like, yeah, we make this joke. But yeah. So I guess, yeah. So I can tell what's like now because I'm Italian, so I don't know how it was before I moved here. But so far it looked like there are a lot of venues. Obviously, Camden is like the heart of the alternative scene, but there are so many other venues that accept and welcome like non-pop gigs, which are great. We're also looking for playing outside London more often because last year we played in Bristol, in Cambridge, Birmingham. So we would like to do it more this year, especially within the album coming out.
Oh,
We will
definitely.
definitely have, yeah, we'll definitely like throw an album launch party. And then yeah, hopefully to maybe to make a little tour. We'll see.
That'd be sweet. If you have an
Yeah,
album launch party, you should live stream it so I can watch it.
that's actually a great idea. Yeah,
And
why
I'll
not?
We'll add it to the list.
and I'll even share the stream on all my pages too. So I'm all about
Yes.
promoting LMC bands. So I love all you guys. So after I mean, when I was at Coalition Fest last year, I mean, you got every single one of you guys just slayed. It was an amazing fest. I loved being there.
I love the fact that you came for the festival. Honestly, this is fantastic because it means a lot, and it means that there is an impact of on the actual music scene, like even from an outsider perspective. Because obviously, if you're here, you get along with it. You feel like that you participate into something to the community. But like having a feedback from somebody coming from outside, I think makes you realize even more of the movement you're creating. And yeah, and it's also nice also just to interact with people having different perspective and experiences. Um, so yeah, and I would love to see you again and coming to the Co-Fest this year.
I I can't come to CoFest this year, unfortunately, because just money isn't there,
Okay.
which is always a problem. I was trying to find a way to do it, and I just couldn't make it happen. And it's like,
Ah,
because I love coming over to London. I just love it. It's so much better than here from an outside
oh,
perspective. From an outside perspective, it's but no,
okay.
like when I
So
came
you said
to
there were Sorry, go on.
When I got to Coalition Fest last year, I showed up that Saturday and came walking around the corner there at Signature Brew, and the first person that saw me was Dan Schofield from Symbiote. And he's like, William! And he came running up to me, big hug. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm
Oh,
home.
they're so nice.
I love. Yeah,
Yeah,
such a cool band. Such a cool band, those guys.
You
yeah.
guys are all amazing. Every single one of you. I tell you what, you've been so accepting of the Americans.
Why
Well,
not?
we sort of feel sorry for you at the moment.
I appreciate that. I
Oh,
feel sorry for me too. At least I'm in a blue state that where our governor actively combats against the Cheeto in the White House.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
a good friend of mine lives in New York, and so obviously she's got the Mamdani thing going on.
Oh,
Like, it was
nice.
like
Yeah.
I'm asking questions like, "Is it going well? Please say it's going well."
Yeah, Illinois is it's tough. We're one of the highest tax states in the country. And
mm,
but we also pay a lot more into federal government than some of the other red states do. So that if states like Illinois didn't exist, then
Hmm.
a lot of people in those red states wouldn't have the free care that they hate to that other people have, you know.
Hmm.
yeah,
It's such a big
Yeah.
difference between us and there, between, the US and the UK, where I mean, yeah, there's issues with the NHS and universal health care. There's issues with it, of course. There's issues in every system. But
yeah.
here it's you know, like we actively avoid going to the doctor if we don't have to, because I could go
Mm.
walk into an ER if I'm having an emergency. If I get admitted for a day or overnight, I'm gonna walk out with like a $50,000 bill.
Oh,
Yeah,
that hurts.
yeah.
That
So that's why a lot of
hurts
us are
more
so
than your
sick.
own pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm type 1
Yeah.
diabetic. That's just not going to happen. You
Oh,
know?
type 2 here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Uh, but
So you're moving out, you said.
oh God, I wish.
Yeah.
Can I sleep on your couch? Can me and my family sleep on your couches? Split the
Come over.
difference?
Well, because of where I live, I don't have a couch. Yeah, I don't have any outdoor space.
I'll
So
sleep on the floor. I don't care. It's like, give me a pillow or potato sack or something.
I've got an inflatable bed. You can use that.
Perfect, perfect. I'll end up like a hot dog by the morning. But
Nice.
you mentioned earlier, Matt, about writing for your mental health and everything like that. Now, mental health is something that's really important to me. And I'm gonna say for this podcast, even though it's just me, um, I struggle with mental health a lot. I've struggled a lot with it over the last since 2010. It ebbs and flows. Um, Now, to keep your mental health and to keep your sanity up when you're trying to write new music or get gigs, or it's been like just a dead period for the band and nothing's happening, how do you get through it and keep your motivation and maintain course?
yeah, it's hard, you know. I mean, I've had depression and social anxiety disorder since before I knew those were even things. To be honest with you, like thinking back to being like a 14-year-old, and it's like it makes so much more sense now. Now I know what it
Right.
is. 20 odd years ago. And yeah, to be fair, actually, this year's been particularly tough because I got made redundant last year, and I haven't really been working. And also, I recently lost my uncle to cancer,
Oh
and so it's
no, I'm
been a
so
really,
sorry.
it's been, a, it's yeah, it's been a rough year. And honestly, music is one of the most important things for me in terms of being able to sort of express myself, whether that be writing or whether that just be listening and playing along to songs that speak to me, or just sometimes just putting on Slipknot and shouting as loudly as I can. you know
Nice.
I don't think there I don't think there's anything more raw than that first Slipknot album, for
Wait,
just letting your head
which
go.
first one? Iowa or Bait Feed Kill Repeat?
Oh no, the self-titled,
Oh, self-titled. Oh,
um
self-titled. Okay, yeah.
self-titled first album. Yeah, just it's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh no.
Um but in terms of actually looking after like my mental health, yeah, apart from all the usual treatments and stuff, the best course is always just to get out and not be stuck in your box in your office or in your room or whatever. And I find that go the very rock and roll thing of going for a nice walk. It
Right.
really does an awful lot good for your mental health and stuff. And it's it's something I will always support people and talk to people and having a good community like the LMC, having a good community around you. And the great thing about London and particularly this metal scene is if I feel like I'm on my own and I don't have anyone to talk to, I can literally just wander into town and almost certainly will find to see somebody I know and recognize. And that's
That's awesome.
that is it's a really lovely thing to have. And it just means that whilst I am here on my own, I'm not. I know I'm not on my own, and the band's a big part of that as well. Like in the last in the last however many months, the band has been an absolute savior for me, just because it's been some of my best friends, something to work towards, and obviously we've been putting out all our energies into sort of the album and gigs and things, and so that's been extremely helpful as well.
What about you, Leah? What do you do to keep your mental health up?
I think what Matt said is just like represents the beauty of the metal music and the metal scene, like as a community. Because scientifically, as we were talking about science, metal music, there have been many studies. They actually help you to release all of those negative feelings, and emotions that otherwise you just shut down. But actually, yeah, it's music per se is a thing, and also, yeah, metal community. I guess also everything depends on your personality, but I guess that in the moment you find like-minded people, and so I'm a type of person that I tend to like self-isolate myself. So if I'm down, I just stop talking to everyone.
Yeah.
I know it's not the best, but I also know that in the moment I need like just to vent or just to get distracted. Yeah, as Matt said, there are some places where you go and you are certain that you will find somebody and you just like hang out and yeah, just feel better.
Yeah,
So
last
yeah,
last weekend,
certainly.
last weekend, me and Alia ended up in the same venue, but like without completely accidental.
Yeah, like, oh, I know you. I know you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
random.
yeah, as it is.
Now, were you just out and
Yeah,
about, or did you both go out to a show independently and didn't know you were going to be there?
yeah, same thing.
It's like,
We just met.
who'd you go
Yeah,
see?
went to see a show. There was the Metal to the Masses.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, 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 nice bands.
Yeah, we're Carnivorous
Yeah.
took that round, right?
We went. I think was no, was it last week? No, Carnival wasn't playing. I think.
No, Carnivorous were they're doing the one in Kent, whereas this was the one in
Ah,
London.
yeah, right.
So it's like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
also
forgot
depends
there's a
where you
bunch
live.
of
There's three within London kind of because it's got Hitchin as well, which is not far
Okay.
away.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends where you're closer to, and yeah. But yeah, just yeah. So
Nice.
what do you do?
Me, I usually go to shows and take pictures. Or
Yeah,
I self-isolate as well. I mean, there's times where I've ghosted friends for like a week or so, and then I'll come back and be like, "Hey guys, sorry I ghosted you. I was having a difficult time." And they're like, "No problem, man. We're here for it if you ever need it." So,
I
you know,
feel you. Yeah,
yeah. But
but
I spend a
sometimes
lot of time out at shows, so it's
yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
shows
perks of
like
doing
energize you.
photography. They do. Like I saw Lorna Shore a couple weeks ago, and they were
I saw them in
amazing.
February.
Oh, they were so good. And
Yeah.
just the venue we were in, it's an old car factory in Moline, Illinois, which is on the Mississippi River. And it's this thin, long room, brick and metal, and uh just like the double kick in that room, like wasn't feeling so great like mentally when I walked into that show. By the time I left after like all that double kick from Lorna Shore just felt like therapy. It's just like, beating at
Mm,
your heart and like putting things back in rhythm. And it just makes you feel
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I saw many people cry at Lorna Shore gig. They came in London on February. First time I saw them, I was so impressed. I genuinely, because I started to listen to them just last year. I know they've been going on since a while, but yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's like because you feel physically like the emotions that they deliver is like you absorb it, like yes.
Yep.
And eventually just they help you like, process um like your emotions as well. So it's fantastic.
And
Um
it's even better doing the photography because I get to capture those moments and relive them constantly.
yeah.
I actually almost got crushed during Lorna Shore. I was allowed to photograph the first two songs. That was part of the contract and whatnot. And they played Unbreakable second. And I'm like,
Mm.
cool, I want to shoot Unbreakable. So this is awesome. I had to leave the photo pit three-quarters through the song because the bodies were coming hot and heavy. Like the whole show, it was like a revival, people going down to the river to get sacrificed, just a sea of people just in constant surfers. It was amazing, the most incredible thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Same thing with Paleface Swiss. There was a lot of surfers for them too,
Wow.
which
Yeah, I saw them at Bloodstock last year.
oh, they were awesome. My
Yeah.
buddy Dustin, the main dude from St. October, his I took his wife with me to the show because I had an extra ticket. She wanted to see Lorna, and she showed him Paleface Swiss afterwards, and he's like, "Ah, that's just Slipknot." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's all the best parts of classic Slipknot with the rapping and the speed and just everything about it. It's oh, it was just so good. They were one of those bands I wasn't paying a lot of attention to beforehand. Then you see them live and you're like, I need to pay attention to this band. So that's kind of where they landed for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I had that with Harriet. I had that with Harriet. I don't know if you've heard of Harriet, but they opened for Trivium in America recently. They're from Swindon, which is in the UK, and like their front woman is about 4'10". She's tiny, but she's just got the loudest voice I've ever heard in my life.
Nice.
Like, incredible. Yeah, check Harriet out if you get a chance.
Oh, absolutely will. Um, let's see what else. Because I know let's see, we got about 15 minutes before you got to take off. So, let's see what else do we want to talk about here. Um, I don't always come into these prepared. Just kind of like to wing it sometimes. That and when with the smaller bands like you guys, there's not a lot I can research really, other than listen to your music and videos and whatnot. Um, but so
That's a video. So you discover little things like just by chatting.
yeah, that's why I just like doing the conversation format, even with larger artists. It's like, they're like, "Wow, I really like this. It was great." It was just because everyone does the radio stuff. It's like, "How's tour going? Let's talk about the album. Tell me this. Tell me that." And
Yeah.
then you get the canned answers. And whereas, like, okay, here's a question that a former podcast partner of mine from a previous podcast that I was representing when I was over there for Coalition Fest, that's defunct and long gone now. But one question I like to ask, it's a weird question if you're into weird questions, but would you rather have nipples for fingers or fingers for nipples?
Oh, it's such a great question. The first one, I think,
Nipples
because I
for
think it'd
fingers?
be easier. Yeah, it'd be easy to hide that. You know, like you just wear gloves all day and you'd be fine. I mean, I probably could still play guitar with that as well because that would be my worry. I think I could still do it.
But do you think your fingers would be hypersensitive though?
Yeah, but you get calluses. You can build up immunity or strength.
But but when
Yeah,
your nipples get erect though, I mean your fingers would get erect and stiffen out like arthritis, wouldn't they?
but would they? You didn't specify that in the question.
Oh, that's true. I'm just thinking how nipples normally work. Well, maybe that's just mine. But
Depends how cold it is, right? Yeah.
exactly.
But if you have finger for nipple, you basically have like another couple of hands, which is great. So why not?
Right. But
You
with
can play
fingers,
three instruments at the same time.
yeah, you could kind of like that Canadian band Walk
An
Off the
ukulele
Earth where they
here.
had six people on a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, play
But
guitar
yeah,
and piano at the same time.
yeah. Man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? It's like Goro from
No,
Mortal
no.
Kombat, but instead of four arms, he has two arms, and four hands with two hands right here.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna dream
Um,
it. Gonna be my
yeah, I can't.
nightmare tonight.
Like, one of those images you can't get out of your head.
Yeah, pretty much. But then you could crawl across the floor like all creepy like too. You could have your arms out going like this, and you got your other hands just like creeping you
Like the
across the
girl,
way, like
like the
cousin
girl
It.
from The Ring. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be terrifying.
it would. This whole
Next music
conversation is
video.
terrifying.
Matt,
Oh
take
God,
notes.
no! Please don't make me do that. Yeah. All right,
There,
I'll
Special
write it
guest
down.
from America.
one more dumb question I like. Alea, you may not be able to relate to this one as well, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Toes for testicles or testicles for toes? I mean, think
Uh,
about stubbing your testicle.
yeah, but yeah, I
I
think
don't know.
Yeah,
I would
more of a question
say
for Matt,
I would
really.
I guess it
yeah,
hurts.
I say toast with testicles for sure. Like because you can
Yeah,
tuck them in, keep them nicely looked after, and like if you're gonna get hurt down there anyway, it's probably less painful if they were toes.
probably.
Like I got a hairline fracture in my big toe once, where basically the bone split in half in my
Oh
big toe.
man,
It was yeah, one of the like it was horrible.
that'd
And
be like stubbing
yeah,
your testicle on a table.
yeah. If I had if it wasn't a toe and a testicle that happened with, it would just be the worst pain imaginable.
Oh man.
So yeah.
So with all the gigs you guys have played over the years, have you
Moving
had
on.
anything like super like super catastrophic happen?
Yeah, we've had. I mean, the last show we played, my guitar had no sound for 2 songs. That was fun, and we only realised after the first break, and I was like, "You can't really hear the guitar. Yeah, there's nothing coming out. Help!" Um,
And then
and
after that,
I
I
mean,
started to sing in the wrong place. Even though we've been playing these songs for like at least a year and a half. It was actually Occam's Razor.
Oh,
We
nice.
just released that song. I don't know. I was just like, I don't know, all over the place.
it's
And
Isn't
it's
it?
funny
yeah,
how like you rehearse and rehearse songs, but you can't account for kind of the nervousness and the setup of a live show,
Right.
and you just can't account for that. So all of a sudden you do things and think, why did I do that? Why have I started
yeah.
playing then or singing then?
And
And also,
sometimes you
my
just
head
forget the
is
lyrics.
usually yeah. Oh my God, yes. My head is generally very crowded and noisy. So if I'm not like focused enough, I can forget lyrics that I've been singing so for 3 years,
Right.
and like singing in the wrong place. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. But
Because
yeah,
we're
but like
humans.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
We're
also
also I
like
don't. Yeah, I don't think like something that extremely catastrophic happened really. Besides this little thing that happened to
sure.
everyone, I guess
we've
nobody
had we've
died
had
yet.
bad shows like famous like before Alia joined we had one of I think the second show we ever played was absolutely the worst show we've ever played, where just the sound guy was a complete tool,
Aren't
and
most of them?
the well actually not in London anyway, but you get the odd one or two, but most of them, we had one guy who was more interested in telling us about all the bands he'd sound checked in the 80s, and I was like, yeah, but you're here now, could you like do sound check for us now,
Right.
that's why you're here being paid. And then I think what people don't tell people don't realize in a band is the two hardest jobs are the singer and the drummer, because like the guitarist and the bassist can get away with more,
Oh yeah, for
but if Alia
sure.
gets wrong, or if especially, and if
Everybody
Alia
knows it.
or Hugo, it's really obvious. So yeah, I think that's something that's actually quite interesting. I don't think people talk about in bands is some jobs are a lot more pressured than others in that
Oh
role, in
yeah.
those roles.
I mean, as a guitar player, you can flub a solo and no one's going to care really unless they're paying
No,
attention to every single note. But Alea, if you blow a vocal line, everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, did you hear that? That was,
Yeah,
I don't know."
yeah, yeah. That's why when like think like lyrics are like wrong or I singing in the wrong place, I just pretend that didn't happen. So I just keep like talking or singing and then just go back, try to get back on place.
Right.
But yeah, that yeah. Anyway, we try our best.
So with the last few minutes we got before you guys got to get out of here, let's shout out all your socials, what you got coming up, um, anything Tales of Perdition related or personal stuff. Like I know Ali, I actually just we don't have time to get into it, but I saw Alea, you just started your residency, which is something
Yeah,
really cool. That I definitely want to talk to you more about at some point in the future here.
sure.
But yeah, let's shout out all the Tales of Perdition stuff. What do you got going on? Where can they find you? Where can they see you? Where can they meet you? Where can they listen to you?
They can either Google us, as you did, no joking, but like
I
we
wouldn't
are
recommend
obviously
it.
we are on every social media platforms. We are mainly on Instagram. We are on Facebook as well, but mainly because it's Meta, so that's very easy to be on both at the same time. We have a TikTok account. We have also, I don't know if you've seen, the London Metal Coalition has a new website,
Yes.
which now has also like um, every band has their own like page, dedicated page. So we're on there as well, which is also updated with all the upcoming gigs, both like ours and the whole coalition gigs. Um, so yeah, and then so this is like where people can find us. Um, and I guess on stage as well, we have a gig. I don't know when this podcast is coming up, but we have a gig, couple of gigs this month. On the 24th of March, we're supporting Harvard on their
May,
EP release.
May,
What did I say?
May,
March.
Oh yeah,
May.
March.
you said March.
I don't know. Just pretend it's never. I say May, okay? I said May. It's fine. You didn't hear well. Anyway, 24th of May, we are playing in Camden on the 20. No, on the 31st, we are playing the first edition of the Goth Symphonic Festival
Nice.
in London. Yeah, it's very cool. There are lots of like fantastic bands, and you should definitely check that out.
I
Um,
will.
yeah, yes.
And hopefully maybe
Um,
some year we can get Saint October on it because they are also symphonic, goth, dark metal type stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Just come over.
Is it run by
I
the
say you have to
Valkyries?
move. You have to move to London. Then the Valkyrie. We are not playing the London Metal Valkyries. I'm coordinating the festival.
Nice.
But that will happen in July. Then we have other gigs throughout the year. I don't know, Matt, if you want to add something else.
So the album is out 3rd of September, The Theatre of
Hmm.
Existence, which we can buy obviously digitally. You'll be able to pre-order it, as I say, at Tales of Perdition on all socials, where you can find out. There will also be a limited physical run. If you'd like to buy one of those, you just get in contact with us. There will also be, we've got a bunch of different potential, we've got a couple of gigs, but later in the end, we've got some other irons in fires, but we can't nothing's not a lot, it's not confirmed. We can't talk about stuff yet. So at the moment, it's the album launch party will happen in and around early September. If you want to come and see that, and there'll also be a whole new line of merch if you want to support, because that really is the best way to support a band. If you like them, is buy merchandise because there's no money in anything else. So we're going
Yes.
to be doing a whole bunch of new t-shirts, new patches, and yeah, it's all good stuff. We're very excited about the future, and I'm very excited for people to hear the album.
I'm excited as well. The if you want a review on it before it comes out, send it my way.
We will.
I'm actually
We
working on
will.
one for Halberd right now for their new album. So
Nice.
Casey
Is
reached
that the
out,
show we're
asked if I
playing for
wanted
next?
to. Yep.
Ali, is that the show we're playing next week?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was thinking, hang on a minute, that sounds familiar.
That's the same. Yeah.
And I love the guys in Halberd. Casey's awesome. He's become a
Yeah.
good friend of mine. And then
Love
just
Case.
all of you guys. I consider all of you family.
Oh.
Even though, Matt, we've never officially met in person. Like we were at the fest together, and but Alea, I spoke with you in person. I met Andy from the band because he's friends with Kiri, who is Frank Clow's girlfriend. So and I was there with them on that Sunday, Sunday? You guys played on
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday we played on
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yep. And so that's where I met him and it's the whole family. I love all you guys. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
And we love you.
And
It's
well, thank you.
Looking
been an
forward to
absolute pleasure.
next visit.
Um,